afternoon, listeners, and what a lovely afternoon it is. So slowly I've started to notice the sun illuminating the buildings downtown later and later in the evening. A reminder that there is light at the end of this strange tunnel we've all been metaphorically driving through for the last year. You know, sometimes I wish that radio was more like a telephone. Then I could ask you all how you're doing and you could reply to me. Although I doubt that'd make for very good live entertainment. I do love speaking to you all live. It's like screaming into a void full of Schrodinger's listeners. Are you there? Are you not there? Who knows? Speaking of telephones, I've finally joined the modern world and gotten a new one. It's terribly hard to navigate. I may not be an old man just yet, but sometimes new technology absolutely baffles me. Making a simple call is so difficult now. In other news, the staff vending machine seems to have completely disappeared. We have some library staff now out looking for it, but no one has seen it for at least a day or two. Now, it does tend to move around a bit. It pops up here and there, trying to encourage everyone to purchase its strange off-brand snacks and drinks. Just earlier today, I sent John, who works here on the same floor as my studio, looking for the machine. If I can ever figure out this phone, I'll see if I can ask if anyone has seen him. Until then, let's go to a quick pre-recorded message from Sky, our loyal teen volunteer.
Hey, Victor, can you hear me? I think it's recording. I'll assume you're getting this message. It's been just over 100 days since I've seen another human soul. Me and the rest of the volunteers were fighting in the skeleton war, and I wound up here. I don't know where here is. It's dark, and I don't know if they defeated the skeletons or if I'm the only one who was lost. It was so strange. We were all just meeting back up at the library on the 4th floor to reestablish our plans. And I found that weird vending machine that comes and goes, you know the one. And I was really hungry and tired from fighting these skeletons. And I tried to get some off-brand cheese snacks, and then I was here. I want to go home. Victor, if you can hear me, please try to send help. Send other volunteers, or library staff, or even management. I gotta go. There's something...
Well, that's odd. I suppose I should have listened to the tape before airing it. Interesting. Well, listeners, I'm sure Sky is all right. This tape was found in the staff vending machine several days ago before it went missing. Nobody wanted to buy it for a long time because the machine listed it as being $5, and that's kind of absurd for an old cassette tape, don't you think? Well, now I need to go check on the whereabouts of John and Sky. So while I do that, please enjoy this pre-recorded advertisement. This advertisement has been brought to you by Serotonin. Well, listeners, no one has seen John. Not a single soul. And as much as John is a bit boring and sad, it isn't like him to miss work or disappear. I'm going to ask Elizabeth if she can investigate, since I know she knows John, at least on some level. Oh, I think I'm getting a text. It says, "Absolutely, Victor. I'll go look for him right now." Huh, she must have been listening to the radio. Thanks, Elizabeth. I also inquired about Sky, and it seems none of the other volunteers have seen them since the incident, but are now conducting a search to find them. Surely we can get all this lined out. Meanwhile, let me reach out to the 1st floor to see if they've seen anything strange. A good opportunity to put my new phone to good use. Let's see here, I'll just... Yes, is this the 1st floor? It's Victor. I'm actually live on air, and I was wondering if I could provide my listeners with any instant updates on our vending machine story or the whereabouts of John or our volunteer Sky. Oh? I just got a text from her moments ago. She said she was going to go look for John. Well, that's extremely odd. Very strange. Okay, thank you very much. First floor told me that they haven't seen Elizabeth at all. That she entered a storage closet downstairs to get a flashlight and never came back out. So I believe this has officially become an issue of more than just our missing staff vending machine. This has become an issue of missing staff. First Sky, and then John, and now Elizabeth. Well, if this isn't just curiouser and curiouser, I better do some digging, make some phone calls. While I do that, allow me to take you to the weather. Hello? Hello, is this the first floor? Hello? Listeners, it's worse than I feared. I've called every single floor, and I'm not getting any answers at all. I'll try the 5th floor one more time, just in case. Hello? Oh, yes, I am so glad to hear you. I'm actually on air right now, and I've been searching for anyone who can tell me where everyone is. All of them? What do you mean you see the vending machine right now? Hasn't it been missing? Wait, you probably shouldn't... Hello? Erica? That was Erica from the 5th floor. She said that she hasn't seen anyone else in the entire library for a while now. That everyone she last saw went looking for the other people who went looking for the others who went to search for John, Elizabeth, and Sky. And then she said she saw the staff vending machine, which is odd because it's supposed to be missing. She said that being alone in the library and being so worried about where everyone went made her hungry, so she was going to try to get a snack. I fear that she, too, is now missing. You know, I have been alone in the library once. That time I was very alone. It seemed the entire world had gone away somewhere. This time, at least I can still see cars rushing by on the highway through my studio window. Listeners, here in my studio, suddenly, is the staff vending machine. It's just standing there against the window, glowing in the daylight. Should I investigate? I want to touch it. I'm going to go see what's going on, and maybe also get a snack. I'm starving. But before I do, let me take you to the traffic report. Listeners, you will never believe it. When I approached the vending machine, I realized that it was completely devoid of all snacks and food items, and instead contained single Polaroid pictures of each and every person who has disappeared today. So, naturally, I tried to buy all of them back. As I inserted my quarters and pressed C1 to try and buy back Elizabeth, the station weather specialist, the machine was transported, and I with it. At first, we were in a horribly dark, shadowy place, but even as we found ourselves in the shadows, the machine did as it was told and dispensed one frightened-looking instant photo. So I kept adding quarters. Every time I did, we were somewhere different. The beach, a new house somewhere in Germany, an empty field, a disturbingly empty airplane in motion. Each time the machine gave me my promised photo only after transporting me somewhere very different. Eventually, we found ourselves back here, my humble little studio. And here on my desk sit dozens of photos of our missing library inhabitants. You know, I've always loved how Polaroid photos look. The truly unexpected expressions and emotions you catch with instant cameras are absolutely charming. Evidently, if you use them right, you can even manage to catch someone's entire being inside a Polaroid. Now, how to get them out of the photos? I have another issue to consider as well. There is one last Polaroid inside the machine. The staff vending machine that is still at this moment standing in my studio. And I know that if I put my quarters in, we will be transported somewhere else entirely. And then I am not certain how I will get back. There won't be anything else left in the machine to purchase at that point, and I will also be running terribly low on quarters. There is another strange thing that I've yet to mention. The last Polaroid picture in the machine, listeners, is me. It's a picture of me. But I'm here now, speaking to you all, so I'm really not sure how I am also the last Polaroid in the machine. I know that I need to purchase that picture at all costs. But I know that the minute I do, I will be whisked away to who knows where, away from my comfortable studio, away from my microphone, away from you all. Listeners, my dear, loyal listeners, I may very possibly be the last person at this library who hasn't been captured in outdated camera glory. This is all up to me. The dozens of pictures laying across my desk make me miss everyone. Even John. All right. I have a few quarters left. Listeners, I'm going to try to purchase the picture of myself in the staff vending machine. I heavily suspect that when I do, I will be transported to some other place, perhaps some other time. But I see no other choice. Thank you for lending me your ear for the evening. And just in case, I will tell you now, possibly my last words spoken into this microphone. Stay tuned.